You can't mention Battlefront 2 without someone instantly bringing up the term pay to win. I could tweet out something simple like, I had fun playing the Battlefront 2 beta. And then boom, pay to win, loot boxes. The Twitter thread turns into a back and forth, pros and cons, defenders and opposers. The whole loot crate and transaction system has really split the community. And like with most things, people gravitate to the extreme of a spectrum, when in reality, the truth is usually found somewhere in the middle of all the noise. So what's the deal? If you played the beta, you got a feel for the crate system. It's similar in a lot of ways to other crate systems found in other games. You unlock crates by acquiring credits. You can either earn those credits by playing the game, or you can buy the credits with real-world money. And that's where the backlash is coming from. The fact that you can buy loot crates. In theory, some people might not even play the game at first, and instead immediately dump cash into the slot machine until they get enough goodies to make them have a leg up on everyone else. Because the loot boxes contain upgrades, weapon mods, passive bonuses, and more. The loot boxes are pretty much how you beef up your class, heroes, weapons, pretty much everything. Does the term pay to win apply in this scenario? Yeah, more so at first. Eventually it won't even matter, right? Maybe some dummy puts money into the game on the first day, beefs up his stats, but eventually things will level out. The upper hand that player once had will dissolve as players accrue more credits by playing the game, and the playing field will balance itself out naturally, which will ultimately render buying all those loot boxes completely pointless. I mean, you bought the game to play the game. Why the fuck would you pay for loot boxes? Where's the fun in that? It's dumb. What's really interesting to me is that I've never once heard anyone say that they plan on buying loot crates. Whenever the topic gets brought up, people are usually completely against it, or people are fine with it, and those people usually preface their point by saying that they will never pay for crates. It's just an interesting observation. You have a spectrum. On one side, people that are adamantly against the system, and I understand their complaints, don't get me wrong. And then in the middle, you have people that are fine with it. Take it or leave it. But they usually say that they will never buy loot crates. And then on the far other side of the spectrum, there's really no one, right? I mean, that far side of the spectrum is pretty desolate. No one is running around saying that they can't wait to buy loot crates. My biggest complaint in Battlefront 2015 was the DLC, the Season Pass. Should it have all been included in the main game? Yeah, absolutely. I think most people agree with that. And it's not because we want everything for free. It's because the main game's content was lacking. It's because the DLC split the community, and the DLC kind of died off because it became difficult to find a match. So now, with Battlefront 2, we have free DLC, no season pass. If a new DLC pack is coming out, you get it, just by owning the game. And that is awesome, as long as the DLC is plentiful. But I have a feeling we won't get as much DLC for Battlefront 2 as we got for Battlefront 2015. And I hate saying that kind of stuff, because I fucking hate speculative complaining. I hate when people don't have all the information yet they complain about shit that they're guessing on. So I hate saying that. I hate saying that I'm guessing BF2 won't have as much DLC as BF1, because I could be completely wrong. I could eat my words in 2 years' time. I hope I eat my words, but I just have a little feeling. Would I rather have the Loot Crate quote-unquote pay-to-win system than the $60 Season Pass DLC that splits the community? Yeah, I would. Because one is only really an issue at the beginning, really it is, when the game first comes out, and the other is a problem that plagues the game forever and ever, amen. Look, there are issues with the 2015 system DLC and this Loot Crate system, and inevitably, I'll be labeled an EA apologist just for taking a middle-of-the-road position, just for taking a breath and really thinking about the pros and cons, just for not having a knee-jerk reaction and parroting what everyone else is saying. Look, Battlefront 2 costs $60 in the United States. I did the math, and adjusting for inflation since the mid-90s, video games, just by the numbers, should technically cost about $80 if you compare the price tag of most games in the mid-90s. I'm glad they're not $80. And if a company has to supplement their earnings by having a slot machine inside of a video game, I get it. I'm not thrilled about it, but I get it. Sometimes you have to sit back and be Spock when you look at these things. I understand where they're coming from. I understand why they're doing it. Do I have to like it? No, but I get it. My biggest issue with the Loot Crate system has nothing to do with the game itself. It has nothing to do with the possibility of someone killing me in a video game because they got a little goofy star card and a little goofy box. That is not my biggest issue. That's not the most important part of all this. The most important part is that these microtransaction systems really resemble gambling. And for certain people, gambling is addictive. and can be dangerous, especially when it's so easy as sitting in your computer chair, popping in your PayPal or credit card information, and clicking a button. It's a slot machine. You put money in, you pull the lever, watch the spinning icons, and either win or lose in the game of chance. It's like the experimental space monkey that endlessly presses the shiny buttons, hoping to get the treat. It's the addictive nature of these types of things that have me worried, not the possibility of Jedi Master Dildo Baggins 69 killing me with a buffed up Boba Fett. The gambling aspect and the addictive nature of these systems is what should be the #1 thing that people are talking about. HelloGreedo, out.